Back to another night, and it is Friday night, Jumu'ah night, and Alhamdulillah, we used to have the time to reflect upon the topic of the khutbah. Alhamdulillah, Allah had guided us to talk about the Prophet Dawood and Prophet David, and we mentioned actually his story, not the whole story, of course, because of the time. And we just mentioned the story related to the surah, which is Surah Sad. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was praising him, was talking about his character, what are the virtues, the graces that Allah had mentioned, and Allah had talked with him about. And you remember the story of the man who had 99 sheep? So what did he ask? To get his brother's sheep, okay? Subhanallah. And I told you something today about I think this is the time that we can talk, and we couldn't talk about this in the khutbah. Like, when you read the Bible, you see how they described the Prophet Dawood, the Prophet David. And actually, that might shock you a little bit. Like, they call him.
My concern is put that if Bible is the word of God, Allah would not reveal word negative to his prophet.
That's the problem. That's the case. That is the case. And how could people believe that? And like one of the stories in the Bible that he had, you remember the 99 sheep? Okay. They give the interpretation that he had 99 wives. Okay. Another man who had another wife, so he fell in love with that one instead of the sheep, you know? And they said that he sent her husband to the battlefield, so he's going to be killed, then he will marry the widow. Okay? And like the description of Sayyidina Dawood, that he is a murderer, a killer, and someone who committed the fornication, someone who had a fight with God, and he was stronger than God, and something like he followed the shaitan and got some of the spirits of the shaitan. So, astaghfirullah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like guide us to the right path. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. And one of the things that Sayyidina Dawood was born in the century, the 10th century before the Christ. And he lived 100 years. Who is similar to him lived 100 years? Sayyidina Ibrahim. Sayyidina Ibrahim died exactly at 100. And both of them, Ibrahim and Dawood, they had no disease. Like they didn't die because of sickness or something. Like all of a sudden. When it came to 100, that's finished. But how Allah spoke highly about Ibrahim, about Dawood, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I had granted him al-hikmah, the wisdom. We talked yesterday about al-hikmah, about the wisdom. And not only this, Sayyidina Dawood, you remember the story when the people came and they jumped over the fence and they came to the chamber, and what did they say to him? They said, Ya Dawood, we wanted you to give us the final decision about this case, the two persons. Inna hada akhi, this is my brother. He had 99 sheep, and I had only one sheep. He asked me to give him his sheep, and not only this, wa'azzani fil khitab. He wanted to oppress me using his authority. So in this case, Allah wanted to teach Sayyidina Dawood something because Allah is preparing him to be a judge. They came with the impression, they said, Ya Dawood, be fair, be just, wala tushtit, and do not use your power, use your authority, because you are a king, you are rich, and do not take the side of the rich person. You know, sometimes when you have a judge and she's a woman, And the other opposite is a lady, you are afraid. She might feel sympathetic towards women for searching for the rights. And if you have a man, you are afraid. If you have a black man, he might had something in his heart towards the white people, and that is the case. So they said to him, not because you are rich, you will be in the side of the rich person. Be fair. And because of that, Sayyiduna Dawood did not listen. He just listened to the first person, the poor person. And right away, he gave the final decision. What did he supposed to do? Listen to the other one. And that's the basic steps to be fair and just. That's why I will take the example from the story of the hopo bird with Sayyidina Sulaiman. But let me tell you something about what happened. He right away gave the decision and said, لَقَدْ ظَلَمَكَ بِسُؤَالِ نَعْجَتِكَ إِلَى نِعَاجِكَ. He did something wrong to you. He oppressed you because he asked you to give him the one sheep. And he didn't listen to the other. Then Allah revealed to him, Ya Dawood, إِنَّا جَعَلْنَاكَ خَلِيفَةً فِي الْأَرْضِ. We have made you as a khalifa on earth. فَحْكُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ بِالْحَقِّ. And be judge and fair. Say the truth. Listen. وَلَا تَتَّبِعِ الْهَوَى. And do not follow your own desire. Do not let them push you, so you will be out of control. That's why, listen to this. You know, when they jumped, what did he feel?
Scared.
Yeah, he felt panic and scared. That is one of the signs for any judge. Do not let any judge start his work if he is panic. And that's not only for the judge, even for the mufti. You know, some of the imams, like Imam Malik, Imam Abu Hanifa, if he is angry, he used not to give any fatwa. We are human beings. If you are imam, if you are sheikh, you have your own issues, you have your family. Sometimes you are by yourself, you are sick. Like if somebody who is sick and he couldn't come, that's good. But for example, for the khuttbah of Jumu'ah, that's so hard. So sometimes, even if you are not sick, you might have a clash with your wife, a clash with your children. You have a problem. You are a human being. You want to put that all aside because you have another mission, another job, which is to convey the da'wah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And maybe while you are angry, a person will come and ask you for fatwa. That's why they said do not give fatwa while you are angry or hungry. And you know what? There's a hadith. It might shock you. And it's very easy to memorize. La salata lihabis. La salah. There is no salah lihabis. Who is habis? Habis, someone wanted to go to the bathroom, but he is holding himself. There is no salah will be counted for habis. Why is that? Because he will not concentrate. So let him go first to the bathroom. Some people, they don't want to lose their wudu. And he is he cannot wait. But he says to you, it's a 3 rak'ahs. Let's make it quickly. That's not salah. That's not salah. So there is no salah. You know, Isha, that's salah. And what's Asha? Dinner. And by the way, thank you, Dr. Yusuf, for the dinner. Jazakallah khair. Thank you. So it's called Isha, that's salah. If you put it Asha, that is dinner. So there is a proverb, I don't know if it is a scholar statement or not. They said, إذا حضر العشاء والعشاء فقدموا العشاء على العشاء. You got it? If you had both Isha and dinner, both of them ready to eat. So go and eat first, then come and pray Isha. And why is that? I remember Sheikh Kishk, rahimahullah. You know, if you have a little cat and you want the cat to run from the place, what do you say in Arabic? Or like, psst. Who said that? Yes, psst. Yes, psst. So they said one day a man was, his wife prepared fish for food, like for dinner, and he came and he wanted to pray Isha. So he found the cat while he's reciting Al-Fatiha. Before the other surah starts, he starts Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim to let the cat, run. So that's not salah. He's not concentrating in salah. He's not concentrating in anything. He's just looking at the fish, looking at the cat, controlling and following what's going on. Anyhow, I just wanted you to understand the situation of Sayyidina Dawood alayhi salam. Sayyidina Dawood alayhi salam had a great status in Islam and a great status in the Quran. And they told me to get only 15 minutes lecture, not more than this, because people want to get the dinner. And by the way, we are welcoming Dr. Siddiqui. We're missing him so much. Every night, I'm searching for you on Zoom. And all of a sudden, I found him in the masjid. MashaAllah. So, Sayyidina Dawood alayhi salam, Rasulullah mentioned him many times in the hadith, in the sunnah. So he said, وَإِنَّ نَبِيَّ اللَّهِ دَاوُودَ كَانَ يَأْكُلُ مِنْ عَمَلِ يَدِهِ. Nothing is better than to eat from your own work. And Sayyidina Dawood was eating from the work that he used to do by his hand. Means what? He used to struggle, he used to strive, he used to exert effort to get the money, then he used to eat from that money, from that work that he worked. So he spoke highly about Sayyidina Dawood. And not only this, لَقَدْ أُوتِيَ مِزْمَارًا مِنْ مَزَامِيرِ دَاوُد. I told you today about the beautiful voice that he had. Whenever he used to recite, what's the book that Allah had revealed to Dawood? Zabur. Yes, Zabur. And this Zabur, he used to recite it. Whenever he recites, Allah used to call the mountains. Ya jibalu awwibi ma'hu wat-tayr. O mountains, repeat after him. Sing with him. Recite with him. Along with him, do something. Not only the mountains, but also the birds. So that's Sayyidina Dawood. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had mentioned a lot about his stories in the Quran and how did he give the kingdom to Sulaiman. You remember the hoopoe bird with Sayyidina Sulaiman? Okay, let's make it very quickly. What the hoopoe birds saw? He saw people? Yes. People are prostrating for what? For the sun. They worship the sun. When he came with the news to Sayyidina Sulaiman, what Sayyidina Sulaiman said? قَالَ سَنَنْظُرْ. Let me check that out. He did not believe him. You remember Sayyidina Dawood supposed to hear both sides. Sayyidina Sulaiman, when he listened to the hoopoe bird, he did not believe. He said, قَالَ سَنَنْظُرْ. That's why I gave khuttbah, I think it was like 10 years ago. I did give the khuttbah, and the khuttbah's title was this word, sananzur. Let me check that out. Let me figure it out. I do not say that you are a liar, and even I do not believe you. Let me be sure first. That's a curriculum by itself. When somebody comes to you, like Brother Abdul Basit goes to brother Muhammad Ali and tells him, you know what, Imam in your absence said so and so about you, bad things. If he believed him right away, he did not apply Sanandur curriculum. So he should say, brother, even if he did so, I wouldn't love to tell me, but since you told me, let me check. Then he calls the Imam directly, not anybody else. Imam, I have heard something that you said about me. Is that right? Go directly to the person. That is how to be clear and to remove any grudge. You know, most of the Muslims nowadays, they are hating one another, especially the family members. Your aunt said that, your uncle said that, she said that. And mashallah, women are experts in that. Mashallah. Wallahi, you know, the most people are using the telephone service, women, mashallah. We as men, we use it. Assalamu alaikum, are you coming? Yes. Alaikum salam. Even before wa alaikum salam, we close the line. Like when you come home and your wife tell me about your day, how it went. So you summarize everything in one word. Alhamdulillah. Yes, that's it. Alhamdulillah. She did not understand if it was good or bad, because we say Alhamdulillah for both, whether it's good or bad. Okay? So she tells you, so what happened? Alhamdulillah. Don't worry. We do not talk a lot. But with some of the sisters, that's the problem. She told that about you. She did not like your dress on the party. On the wedding, she keep staring at you, staring at your daughter. And subhanallah, people do not do the investigation. They just keep it in their hearts, and that creates grudge and hatred. And at the end of the day, you find yourself hating half of the sisters were in the wedding. So whom left in Newport Richey? No one. Subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. If we as Muslims just applied that word, sanandur, let me check that out. I would not believe you. I would not say that she said that. I would not believe. But let me check that first. And then I can judge, I can say whatever I want. So it was just quick reflection on the surah, because inshallah we want brothers to enjoy the dinner, inshallah. We want sisters and brothers to talk with one another, give them space to chat a little bit, inshallah, hopefully about deen topics, inshallah. Deen while we are taking dinner. You got it? Okay. So may Allah guide us to the best. Allahumma ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. Barakallahu feekum. Yes, mashallah. Yes. One of the brothers, brother Fazal from the Needham Masjid, is asking, Imam, do you have biryani available? Do we have biryani, brother? Dr. Yusuf? Yes. We have biryani? Yeah, you are invited. I don't know if you can catch something or not. I cannot, but I can keep mine for you. Jazakallah khair. Barakallahu feekum. Barakallahu alaikum wa li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-azim. ونفعني وإياكم بما فيه من آياته والذكر الحكيم. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم توفنا مسلمين والحقنا بالصالحين واحشرنا يا ربنا في زمرة خير المرسلين. جزاكم الله خيرا. بارك الله فيكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.